So no. But it's just, I just wanted to show it because it is a curious thing, right? That television is the only form of media that ever required that, right? Broadway shows don't have a sign that say applause. You don't see it at the sports stadium. You don't see it when you go to church. There's something about television that had to regulate the applause. So that's what I want to talk about today. Also, by the way, I have no control over the slides, so if this seems really spontaneous, that's why. Next slide. Okay, so we're going to talk about TV. And in particular, what I want to talk about in TV is this question of spontaneity. Let's sort of make the point about spontaneity by taking a joke and just stripping it of all the laughter. I'm going to show you a clip from a subgenre of a subgenre within YouTube of people who are taking sitcoms and removing the laugh track and then putting them back up. So this is Friends, which is full of jokes. Let's watch one.
Ross, thank you. Oh. Hey, do you guys want to go see a movie?
Oh, yeah, why not?
No, Phoebes? No, thanks, I've already seen one. I'm gonna get my sweater.
Okay.
It's like Samuel Beckett, right? You know, it's really, there's like a very strange thing that happens there. It's kind of hard to laugh at it, even though it's a decent joke. And also you see all of the architecture, all the infrastructure that's been built around that laugh track coming in, right? And that's the, you know, that there is an architecture, which is the laugh track, which is designed to produce the laughter that is otherwise absent from you in your living room. So the laugh track has a bunch of other names, including the laughing audience, laugh in a can, LFN, which is a term of art for the longer explanation, laughter from nowhere. Laughter from nowhere is the term of art to describe the putting that fake laughter in. It was coined by Charlie Douglas, who also not only invented the term, but he invented the apparatus to produce it. If you can roll that. Okay. So this is the laugh box, and this is a 2-foot-tall mechanical machine with reels of tape, reels of audio tape that had been recorded of people laughing. And Charlie would wheel this around Hollywood from studio to studio and watch each show and sort of play. There were pedals, and he would play the laughter that was right for that show. And you know, different shows required different kinds of laughter. When they did MASH, they had to agree no laughter during the operating room scenes. But basically, this was the instrument by which we were all conditioned when to laugh and when not to. And so the question is, next slide. The question is why we did that. And I don't mean like why Charlie Douglas did that, but like why did we do that? Because we allowed it to happen. And I think there's just a fundamental truth to this, which is that when television came into our lives, it was basically taking the theater but leaving the audience behind. And what happens is that there's just this fragile truth about humans, which is that it's hard to laugh alone, right? It's just difficult. Right? It's difficult to find the meaning of laughter when you are alone because laughter exists in a social system. Another way to sort of think about this, next slide, is something called limbic resonance. And limbic resonance refers to the part of the brain, not the reptile brain, but the limbic system, which is just above that, which says that the meaning of the world is determined not just by what the thing is, but also by what other people think about it. And we're looking to each other's faces, and we're looking to each other's actions, and that's how we decide whether the room is happy or sad or dull or exciting. And that the meaning of the world is produced through people's ideas about each other. That limbic resonance is super powerful. Let's look at the next slide. This is from a book about love written by a couple of neurologists. The limbic activity of those around us draws our emotions into almost immediate congruence, right? Which is a very ambitious thing to do if you set out to do it. That's why a movie viewed in a theater of thrilled fans is electrifying when its living room version disappoints. It's the crowd that releases storytelling magic, the essential communal multiplied wonder. It's the crowd that releases storytelling magic. It's actually kind of a radical idea. It's not the story that releases the storytelling magic. That's one component. But it's the crowd that actually pulls that out into our consciousness. It's a very important idea. This is why when all these people, this is from a New York Times article about people who went to certain bars to watch Lost, all these people could watch it at home, right, easily, right? Why did they come down to a bar to watch that together? What was it that was rewarding about that? That was the crowd unlocking the magic of it, right? And at the same time, next slide, at the same bar, caught by the same reporter, is somebody who's sending the messages out. Because sometimes the rooms that we're in are the rooms that we're in, and sometimes the room that we're in is Twitter. And that's an increasingly definitive part of our experience. So this is a friend's apartment in New York City. This is his Super Bowl setup. And you can see, as he describes it, the Super Bowl on one screen, the tweet stream on the other. He mentions it's a great back channel for ads, and he says this is the future, and that's cool, except it's not really the future, it's actually the present. So if we look at, this is a New York Times visualization scraping the tweets from the Super Bowl.